Hello and welcome to MetroArts. I am your host, Larry Wallace. Here on MetroArts, we highlight some of the best in the business, from fine artists, photographers, and performing artists to cinematographers and musical artists, all from the Metro Detroit area. Today we'll celebrate 6 seasons of fashion on our show. We'll explore the art of painter Alphonso Cox, and R&B singer-songwriter Bevlove will perform in studio. One of the many types of artistic creativity we have showcased on MetroArts over the years is fashion design. On today's show, let's enjoy a retrospective of some of the fashions featured in our first 6 seasons. Our next guest is painter Alphonso Cox, who calls himself a scientist of colors. We have a video about his artistic process. Let's watch.
This style is something that I created myself with my science and math background. So it's a mixing of spray paint and oil paint. So when you look at it, you won't see any brush marks. It's called Space-Time Series. So it's my interpretation of space, outer space. A lot of these paintings came to me in my dreams. So I've studied color for years on my own. So I would like to say that I am a scientist of colors and mixing. So what inspires me to paint? I'm inspired deeply by music. Mainly one style would be jazz. And also death, which kept me from dealing with my brother's suicide when I was younger. So that I put me on the right track and took my mind somewhere else. And that's why I love to do these space drawings, because space is the unknown. It's something that it makes people think and takes you to different places. And colors also do too. Colors invoke emotions. So when you see a color scheme there's a color scheme on each one of my pieces, it's there for a reason. It's to invoke emotions and to actually, put you in a spaceship and take you somewhere. I mix oil paint, spray paint, I melt wax, and I have a powder which is marble dust. And I use all four of those elements to create space. It's a way for me to incorporate everything I learned in the science lab on the canvas.
And now, let's welcome Alphonso Cox to MetroArts Detroit. Welcome to MetroArts.
How's it going, Larry?
So that video actually shows us a bit about your artistic process. And you also mentioned your background in science. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so in college, I was an engineering major, so up until my third year, and then I switched to mathematics.
Okay, so you must be smart.
Oh, well, you say so.
And you also mentioned the use of different mediums you use. Do you have a specific favorite?
I actually like mixing the spray paint and oil paint together, and the chain reaction I get from the two mixing is it adds a third color to the piece. So.
Now, Alphonso, color seems to be the main theme of your work. Can you tell us the importance of it?
So I studied color on my own for years. So, and from my research is I found out that, color, depending on the color, it invokes emotions.
Yeah.
So like space, a lot of the colors I do use are a lot of purples and a lot of blues. And what we know about purple is a majestic color worn a lot by royalty.
Right.
Blue, depending on the hue of blue, is could either make you feel happy or sad. Unlike yesterday, people will say, the day was kind of blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it blue, and, also gray. They'll throw that in there. But with my colors, a lot of the colors, they represent different elements in space.
Definitely.
But
so you actually brought this piece with you today. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
So this piece is actually a Taurus constellation. It's named the Seven Sister Stars, or us nerdy space people would call it the Pleiades. So it's pretty much the 7 brightest stars in space.
Wow.
and it's always followed by the constellation Orion. And it took me a while to actually name it the Pleiades, and I would have to thank Neil deGrasse Tyson for helping me with that, because that show started right after I started this series of paintings.
And how long have you been an artist, or how long have you been painting?
I've been painting since I can't remember, so 5 or 6 years old.
Okay.
I was the kid in elementary school who they thought was remedial in English
Right.
because I would sit in the back room and paint.
So you've been doing this for a long time. What would you say is the most satisfying thing about being an artist?
There's so many, but I feel like the actual process of creating something new that can be here forever, and and once you sell that piece or you have reprints of it, it's just like you having multiple babies everywhere and different people getting to see them. And I love when I sell a piece and they send me the photo and it's in somebody's living room, and it just adds to the space.
So Alphonso, we are actually in a really powerful city. What would you say being in the city of Detroit does to your artwork?
Detroit being what it is as a raw city where people really don't go by the norm.
Yeah.
It affects my paintings because, like this one, I don't use a paintbrush on any of these.
Wow.
So you won't see a brush stroke on any of my abstract paintings. And so I use total science techniques. So I use a heat gun to manipulate the paint. Anything but a brush.
Yeah.
So, and like also some of this, the red that you see, that's actually wax that I melted onto the piece.
Definitely.
And I also melted off, so it kind of gave it like a little layered feeling.
Cool.
And then the actual stars you see is actually marble dust.
Yeah. So where could people find out more information about you and your artwork?
I have a YouTube page. If you just type in Alphonso Cox, a lot of my videos will actually show up.
Yeah.
And my website is www.alfonsocoxart.com.
Okay.
And I'm also on Van Gogh Art.
Okay.
And but yeah, I'm around town, and I'm actually out. I update on my website all the time. So my next show, I'm working on a show at a gallery right now. So we're negotiating some things. So
cool. Well, Alphonso, I want to thank you so much for being here. It was a pleasure interviewing you. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're watching MetroArts, produced at the Midtown Studio at Wayne State University. Our next guest is singer-songwriter Bevlove. Welcome to MetroArts Detroit.
Thank you.
So, Bevlove, most people in the industry will describe your music as R&B, but you actually say your music doesn't have a specific genre. Can you explain that?
Sure. R&B is really kind of spread out now. Now you have R&B trap, you have R&B hip hop, you have singing R&B, so it's kind of hard to put a name on it. I like to just think that I make music, and whatever you feel, that's the genre for that.
Of course.
Yeah.
And when it comes to writing a new song, where does your inspiration come from?
Well, I write love songs mostly, so they kind of come from where I'm at in that time. Like if I'm going through heartbreak, it's gonna be a heartbreak song. The song I'm doing today, I was like blissfully in love with this boy for like 2 weeks, so I wrote a song for him. It just depends like what mood I'm in right then, and I just write from there.
For sure. And what got you started writing music?
Well, I was always afraid to write music. My best friend would tell me that I was a writer, but I was like, no, I'm not a writer. Stevie Wonder's a writer. But one day I just had a song, Where Do You Sleep, just burning in my head. It was like all the words and melodies and chords and everything were already there. So I just played it on the piano and it came out.
Yeah. So you mentioned Stevie Wonder. Now, do you have any other musical influences?
Oh, of course. Well, I grew up in church. My mom and dad are singers. My brother, Beyonce, I've been listening to her since Destiny's Child first album. Also, Nina Simone, just her raw talent and emotion with like she wasn't so focused on sounding pretty.
Yeah.
Like she really drove, and that I connect to that.
Yep. And where can people find out more information about your music?
You can find me at Twitter, Bevlove. I tweet all the time. Instagram is where I put most of my show updates, and that's Bev Incredible. And then you can follow my Facebook page.
And are you excited to perform for us today?
Oh yeah, I love singing.
Yes. Yeah.
Wherever I can.
Well, I'm excited to hear it. I want to thank you so much for being here. It was a pleasure interviewing you.
Thank you, Larry.
And now, here's Bevlove. You're watching MetroArts on Detroit Public Television.
Looking in your eyes, I stop the time. Stop the time. Feeling that I have, knowing that you're mine. Every morning I wake up and feel your body next to mine. I say to myself, and it don't get no better than this, get no better than this. Still feels good as the very first time we kissed, first time I felt your lips. And it don't get no better than this, get no better than this. Still feels good as the very first time we kissed, first time I felt your lips. Fairy tale lover of my dreams, of my dreams. If I had a choice, wouldn't change a thing. Don't mind the fuss, fight, argue, just love the time we spend making up. And I say to myself, and it don't get no better than this, get no better than this. Still feels good as the very first time we kissed, first time I felt your lips. And it don't get no better than this, get no better than this. Still feels good as the very first time we kissed, first time I felt your lips. Oh, and if I'm dreaming, tell me I'm awake. If you're leaving, just tell me you'll stay. 'Cause I wanna feel just like this forever. I feel I'm flying above the sky. Don't bring me down, 'cause your love's got me high. The moment you tell me you're leaving, goodbye. And I'll say to myself, and it don't get no better than this, get no better than this. I said it still feels good, y'all. First time we kissed, first time I felt your lips. And it don't get no, and it don't get no better than this. Still feels good as the very first time we kissed, first time I felt your lips. And it don't get no, said it don't get no, no, it don't get no, and it don't get no, and it don't get no. You're getting scared, I can see it. Underpaid, over scheming. I know you're tired. believe me, believe me. Feels like you've been running in the same place, stuck in the quicksand of time. Stuck in the quicksand of time. Now it's hard to breathe when you can't see the light of day. Surrounded by the dark. It would be so easy to give up, surrender, just give up and walk away. But look how far you have come. Trust me, I'm in the same place. I want my win, my first place. Oh man, I've been working so hard. But keep pushing to the top, my friend. Keep rising high above the wind line. Champagne bubbles, we always float. And there's no stopping now, you're almost there. Take wings and now you're in the air. Like champagne bubbles, we always float. We'll float on, float on, float on. All the pressure bottled in feels like you might explode. Pop like a bottle of ace of spades, you on a roll. Lucky seven right back, you gon' hit it again. It's not a gamble if you know you gon' win. Punch it harder and faster, baby, stay off the ropes. They can't hit what they can't see, make moves, stay on the low. And when you make it, when you finally get your moms a home, we popping bottles. So keep pushing to the top, my friend. Keep rising high above the wind line. Champagne bubbles, we always float. And there's no stopping now, you're almost there. Take wings and now you're in the air. Like champagne bubbles, we always float. And we'll float on. I can see it, underpaid, over scheming. I know you're tired. Believe me, believe me. I'm getting scared, I can see it, underpaid, over scheming. I know you're tired. Believe me, believe me, we'll float on.
We hope you enjoyed today's show. I'd like to thank the featured fashion designers along with our guests, Alphonso Cox and Bevlove, for being here today. Remember, you can watch any of our shows online at MetroArtsDetroit.com and find us on social media. I'm your host on MetroArts, Larry Wallace, reminding you to always support the arts and cultivate the talent in your community.